Hello. So, I didn't film last night, and I'll explain why. Um, I'm working right now, but I felt like it was as good a time as ever to just record a video. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm working, looking at my computer. Uh, yeah, so I tried to go back to work yesterday. I got punched in. All set up to start working, and I got a message that someone really close to us had passed away. I don't know, I never feel like I'm very good at those things. I don't ever want to make it whoa me. Like, I don't want anyone to necessarily feel sorry for me. I guess in a way that's about everything. I want to share my story, but I don't want people to feel bad for me. I don't think I really feel bad for myself though. It was really one of the first times that COVID kind of scared me. It's the first person that's was actually close to us that had really gotten it and was severe and showed that this thing's not a joke. I mean, and I don't talk about my health a lot, but I mean, some people know that, you know, my body hates me. So, I got a little scared. I can't say it's gone away, but I think a lot of it just comes down to more precautions. The kids are supposed to go back to school starting next month. Without. After that, I don't know. I want to send my kids back to school. I think it'd be good for my kids to go back to school, to be with their friends, especially like Becca. I mean, with Blake, it's harder. Blake's so routine based that, we have basically a month left of school. Is it going to be too hard on Blake? It may. I don't know. So, it's one of those things we're thinking about leaving Blake here. I mean, we haven't really talked about Becca. Becca wants to go back to school, but one thing I think I might have to do is I might have to sit down with them and just tell them that these are the risks of you going back to school. You're a human. You know what? You can make some of your own decisions. This one's, gonna be on you guys. I'm not gonna scare them. I'm not gonna try to push them in any one direction. I'll let them make their own decision. So I don't know. I'm sad we lost someone that I looked up to. Someone that just recently started getting close to us in a way. We've known him for a couple years now, pretty much since shortly after we moved up here. Just always the nicest guy. I never saw the guy mad or without a smile or. He's one of those people that you just couldn't be depressed or sad around. You just, when you're around him, you were happy because, he would tell you stories and make you laugh, or, you he was full of life. He loved it. And the person whose father it is, I don't want to mention names, but they know who they are if they ever see this. That they're one of the people I really admire and look up to, and I know Emily's the same way. And I mean, and I see where she gets it because, she gets it from her father, and I mean, her mother's a good person too. I mean, I have no problem with her mother. I look up to her mother. I look up to the whole family. You know, and I would pretty much do anything for them. We haven't been close with them for the longest time, but definitely I'll care a lot for them. So this one kind of struck close to home. You know, one of the things that he always talked about was he loved that Blake loved sports, but he was a hockey fan, and he would always tell us every time we saw him that we need to go to an Ice Hawks game once we could. We need to go to an Ice Hawks game. You know, him and Blake would talk about going to a game. He'd ask Blake all kinds of questions, and if you guys know Blake, you know Blake loves hockey, and Blake will answer any question and want to talk about hockey with you forever. So when things open back up, I think Blake and I need to go to a game in his memory. And I don't know. I mean, we can invite his family. You know, where it can be me and Blake and Emily, or me, Blake, Emily, and Becca, and that's how we celebrate his life, the three of us. And really, it's about celebrating life and being happy who you are. It's something else I'm working on. I started this to monitor my changes, and and I get these ideals, grandiose ideals that I want to do, and I think they're gonna be fun, and and it allow me to open up to people. And sometimes I just pull back into my shell, and I get so nervous about what people are gonna think, or how people are gonna react to me saying or doing that. And part of me doesn't necessarily care anymore. I can't say I don't care, because I think I'll always care, and I think all humans care, even if we say we don't. One thing that I told someone a little before I went to college, first time text, I would have been like a senior in high school. One night, me and a friend were sitting on our cars in the Beefaroo parking lot. I don't remember if we worked or if we just met there, because we worked together at Beefaroo. And we were just talking. And I really don't remember much of the conversation. I remember bits and pieces. There was an issue with his girlfriend at the time, and in a way, in his opinion, and I guess many opinions, she had cheated on him by kissing another man, guy, boy, whatever you want to call him. We were in college, so you're an adult, but sometimes your mindset's not an adult mindset. And we talked about that, and somehow death got brought up. And I told them then that, when I die, I want to know that I'm dying. I want, I'm not telling someone to come and shoot me or something like that, but like to lay on to know you're dying. So, maybe it's bleeding out or whatever. Like, it's an experience that most people only get once. It's rough. Life's rough. I've really come to learn we all struggle from some of the same problems, but we hide them. It's one of the nice things about opening myself up, is that, I don't gotta worry about what are people thinking, because to some extent we're all thinking the same things. We're all struggling. Some of us show it, some of us don't show it, some of us only show it to certain people, some of us never show it. You know what? I think even the ones that seem like they have it all together, to some extent they're struggling their own ways. And it just really goes to be nicer to people. We don't know people's struggles, and I can't look at someone and say that that person's got this going on or that going on, because I don't know. Everyone's going to handle things differently, and so I don't know your struggles. I try to share my struggles, and as much as I try not to, there's probably struggles, well, I know there is, that I just haven't necessarily talked about, because I'm not necessarily ready. I think that's the hard part. We're never ready. When I've talked about my depression, I've talked about my thoughts of suicide, and I've shared those things, and I've made Emily a promise, and really for my kids, that I would never do that. Because the one thing in this world that I know needs me is my kids. I feel like I need to be there for both of them for different reasons. Becca, just because I think, she's so full of life herself, and I'd like to say she knows who she is. And I just want her to know that that's okay. I want to be there to support her, be there to tell her that, what, do you. Do what makes you happy. I said I just want my kids to be happy, good people and happy. If they're that means I succeeded as a parent. We have role models and heroes, and I think we model stuff after those role models and heroes. And my heroes have probably changed over my life, and to some extent I know they have. I love my dad, and my dad for a long time was my hero. And I'm not saying you're not, Dad, because I know you'll watch this. There's a lot more I'm learning about you as you're learning about me. And that's one thing I love about that I've done this. And really after kind of the video I posted, I think it was last week, about my experience, my dad reached out, his wife reached out. And I greatly appreciated that, because in a way, it showed me that people cared. I think you think people care because you don't necessarily see it, because it's hard, and life's hard. I've tried to start being more friendly, just saying hi to people. We went to pick up the kids' school supplies the other day. Yesterday? Yeah. And I really didn't want to leave the house. Maybe it's 2 days ago. I don't know what day it was. But I forced myself, and the other thing I forced myself to do was just to say hi to people as we were walking. Most people were nice enough to reply, and some people didn't. But in a way, it made me feel better. What, buddy? I'm just filming. You're okay. You can come in. You need something? Okay. Might have to wrap this up. Apparently I've only got enough space to save 18 minutes, and this has already been 14 and a half minutes. One other thing I wanted to talk about right now. I'll have to talk more about charity stuff tomorrow. But, as I mentioned before, I'm working on switching my master's program to a different program, a different school, and I kept talking about it, and I've looked at schools, and never really committed to anything. And after I found out the news yesterday, and I tried working for a little while, and once I had cried forever and didn't really get anything done, I decided that I just couldn't work anymore, and I just took the rest of the day off and hung out with the kids, really. Emily, when she got back, we all just kind of hung out. It's a sad day. We were all close to this person. And I said, hold those you love tight, because at some point they're all there as memories. And I say that, and I think about the fact that, no one super close to me has really passed away. I mean, I've taken some deaths hard, but I mean, my Aunt Barb, not really close to me. I mean, unfortunately, I saw what drugs do to a person, and I saw what they did to her kids. And the day she OD'd, it'll be a day that I never forget. And in a way, same goes for my grandpa Jerry. I mean, he got spinal meningitis and passed away, and it was hard because, and I say this, I was a dumb teenager, so just let me start there. But I was in love with my high school first real girlfriend, and in my mind we were going to get married and stuff, and it was right around prom time, her prom. She was a senior, I was a junior, and I didn't go down to Texas when he slipped into a coma, so I could kind of stay up here and we could figure out prom stuff, and I always kind of regret that I didn't go down. I'm not a religious person, but I just wish that he was proud of me. I mean, I think he would. I think I'm a good person. I'm trying to achieve big things, and I think, even if I don't achieve everything I want, I think I've achieved a lot by the end of my life, whenever that is. So that's my goal. I mean, 2 charities: family, school, work, being a good human, good friend. Do you want to be my friend? I'll be your friend. Let's talk. Call me. Much love, guys. Peace.